community. We're doing some knee stuff. So fresh off the class we've just done together, to give some love into the knees. Remember in our practices to remain ever curious for the wonderful conversations that we can build and cultivate with our wonderful, amazing bodies. So, of course, as ever, meet yourself where you're at. Know that through repetition we get stronger. So that commitment, that discipline, that focus. So you find your inner compass that is going to help drive you into doing the repetitions of these, what should we call them? Methods. So yeah, let's start with our first one. So 3 things that we're putting in. We stand nice and tall. Let's take a couple of deep breaths together. Breathing in. Breathing out. Again, notice if the knees are locking. Breathing in. Locate that sensory information through the soles of the feet. And breathing out. Soften into the tops of the feet. One more. So we breathe in. We're oxygenating the blood, the system, the brain. And exhale, empty the shoulders down the back. Great, so hands to hips, hip distance apart with the feet. So we feel that elongation through the midline, strengthen the low belly, give your low belly a rub like hey, hey. And then left foot out to the side, river back up through the midline, melt the shoulders down the back. Roll the left hip forward, so we're really getting into the glutes. So really strengthening the glutes for the health of the knees. And then 1, 2. And please don't be feeling 1, 2 that your body needs to look anything like mine. 1, 2. So notice if the right knee is locking, give it a little micro bend. Relax through the right foot. Elevate from the chest. So stay committed. Remember, do these for a few months. We put new patterns into the muscles. Well done. Second side. Woo! A little bit of a shoulder roll. Right leg out to the side. Reconnect with that central midline. So from the base of the pelvic bowl, up through the center of the throat, the soft palate, and out through the crown of the head. So it might be that we're just practicing being here for now. So opening things up. And then the leg might lift. 1, 2. 1, 2. Stay in your breath. Stay in your body. Kind eyes. All the strength you're building. All the strength you're building. So what is it to recover? What is it to rehabilitate? From the level of soul. 1, 2. Well done. Alrighty, so we come down. Let's come down mindfully. So from the back of the mat, drape down through your lovely spine. A little bit of a yawn into the backs of the knees as the seat lifts. And then walk into an all-fours position to your tabletop. Nice doming action as ever into the upper back. Locate the strength in the low belly. So it's almost like we're vacuuming the front body in, not to create tension, but to create awareness and the tremendous strength that we can build. Tuck the right toes under. Feel the alignment of right knee under right hip and right ankle behind the knee. Not puritanically, but just so it feels like a healthy alignment in your body. We raise the left knee, left leg, activate this left foot, so press into the air, re-establish that strength in the upper back, and then pulse. 1, 2. Lower the knee down, brush the floor. 1, 2, we lift it back up. There you go, stay with it, stay focused. Find your rhythm. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Use your finger pads. Keep going. Keep the left hip rolling down so we really get into the hunk of the glutes, the hunk of the buttock muscles. One more. And release. Second side. If your hands need a rest, give them a little bit of a shake. Make a noise. Woo! And off we go. Second side. 1, 2. Light up the right foot. So all that feedback that comes through the feet, the plantar fascia, connective tissue at the soles of the feet. So we're pulsing 1, 2, brushing the floor with the knee. 1, 2. Keep that doming action in the upper back. Everything zipping in to support you. Feels so good to get physical strength in the body and to take care of the body. One more. Really squeeze the gluteal fold. And then that little child's pose, stretch it out. Make all those good noises, like feels so good. You've worked hard and now you can rest. Yay. All right. Last one. Coming down to laying on the back. I'm going to make sure I've got a hood on, so I'm going to have to wear my hood. Otherwise it bunches under the head and neck. So even, our clothing, to organize our clothing so it feels comfortable. So in our bridge, both feet nestle to the earth, give the toes a bit of a wiggle, so we keep remembering to access that buoyancy through the feet that pulses up to create greater health in the knees. So knees help us move forwards with grace and ease, arms down by your sides, palms facing down. Press into the hands and roll the shoulder heads open. Locate your spine as that central vertical axis. And then moving the pelvic bowl up and down, just gently. So we're just orientating ourselves into the body. So especially when we do repetitions, we just want to be increasingly aware that we embody them rather than going through the motions. So we increase resilience and we decrease injury. So right foot stays nestling to the earth, press into the right foot. You can use your right hand to feel the gluteal fold, where the thigh starts to become the buttock. So it's active, you feel those muscles there. And then left leg extends up to the ceiling. It's okay to have a bend in the knee, because we need to build core strength in the lower belly here. And then lifting the hips, lift up and lower back down. So it might be that you're just imagining the hips lift. I'm going to keep as much as possible the hips even. So keep the gaze down the midline, so don't worry about looking at the screen right now. So we have that integrity in the spine and safety in the cervical spine, which is the neck. Keep lifting the hips high, lift from your belly button. Lift from your belly button, lift. One more. And release back down. Second side. Right leg extends up. Appreciate all four corners of the left foot. So as you start to press into the left foot, then you press into the splay of your hands. So we support ourselves. So when we lift, we feel it's a holistic endeavor. Lower back down. Inhale, lift up. Lower back down. So as much as possible, encouraging the hips to lift evenly. And that can be a sweet process, right? Because these glutes and hamstrings, they might take time to strengthen. Let any stress ease out of the face. And just stay with it. Find your flow. What we focus on amplifies, so let it be easier, let it be more easeful. That's what strength does. So we become so strong that things that we thought were going to be really hard become easier. And release. Well done. Hug the knees in. And then rolling back up. and we'll go through the repetitions. So it is important to do them again. I'll do them again with you, just to encourage you. Left leg out to the side, ripple up through the midline. I'm going to build that strength. So each and every time you do this, notice what's changing. And then 1, 2. 1, 2. Lead with the heart, your wild heart. Remember, it's your unique body, so might not look anything like mine at all. You're encouraging length through this left leg. 1, 2. 1, 2. Calm in the heart. Shoulders down the back. Second side. Set it up. Strong foundation. Stability. Love for your body. Love for your knees. 1, 2. 1, 2. Cheeks lifted. Buttock cheeks and facial cheeks. That buoyancy. And breathing into your kidney energy as well, so that kidney energy flushes down through the legs. Everything's energy. Well done. To the back of the mat, let's enjoy rolling down the spine. Have a little moment to yawn into the backs of the knees, the backs of the thighs. Knees can be bent. Can have a little connection with your feet here. So these wonderful feet. And then walking into your tabletop. Let's do this. Right knee lifts. 1, 2. Pulse. 1, 2. There you go. 1, 2. Upper back stays strong. Arms stay strong. Without locking the elbows. Locate the low belly from the power of your belly button. 1, 2. Use your breath so we don't get lactic acid building up. Second side. No fuss, no drama. You're just in the rhythm. 1, 2. 1, 2. Relax the jaw so the prana, the vital force can flow. Release, have that little relieving child's pose, stretch it out. Ah, hello body, hello knees. And then final one, hooray! You know, I'm cheering you on here, I'm cheering you on. Settle in, nestle in, feet to your floor, hands to your floor, arms alongside you, roll the shoulder heads open. Tilt the pelvis up and down, so you're just getting used to understanding natural lubrication, natural movement in the body, supported by the inner architecture, the inner scaffolding of all the core muscles. And then off we go. Left leg extends. It's really fine to have a bend in the knee. Press into the sole of the right foot. Feel like the foot is under the ankle, is under the knee. And then off we go. Lifting up, lowering back down. Keep the hips even. Your hips might only be lifting a little bit, that's fine. Keep your shoulder heads open. Head and neck nice and still. Eyes relaxed. Eyes relaxed. You're building strength. You're building strength. Repetition. Maybe the hips can lift a little higher. Second side. Off we go. Drink in that feedback through the sole of the left foot. And also feeling into the relationship of the right foot into the air. Hips lifting evenly, strengthening the glute muscles, strengthening the hamstrings. One more, biggest yet, lift, lift, lift. And you did it. Smile that you did it, celebrate that you did it, celebrate your energy, celebrate your commitment. And then roll to a seat. Give yourself a round of applause. Whee! Keep on jumping. Keep on conversing with your body. Remember the beak mudra that you can use to send that love into a part of you that needs it. So much love your way. Mwah!